Whew. Hey, everyone. How is it going? Oh, man. Oh, Hakeem Abdullah just subbed. Thank you so much, Hakeem. Welcome, everyone. If you can tell, this is not Primecast. Hey, Cheeto Valesco. Waiting for people to get up in here. And this is not Primecast. And I think I fixed audio syncing issues. I'm using the Streamlabs OBS thing that I was having audio syncing issues with before. I believe I fixed it. I believe. Of course, what I believe and what reality is two entirely different things. So, got all this stuff shelled on social media. Before we do anything, before I say anything else, two things. I guess two things I want to cover. First off, I apologize. There's no Primecast today. The story behind the fact that we didn't have a Primecast, which would have normally started an hour ago. Thanks to shelves. I actually pulled them out of a different room. I really, you can tell the shelves are packed. Like, down there's like my tools, my painting stuff on the very bottom. You guys can't see. This is kind of like the food and drink shelf. So like refilling my LaCroix or water or whatever. I actually have a couple cleaning supplies there too, to be honest. Then I got my camera shelf here. Behind this is kind of like my switch shelf. Can't really tell because the camera bag here is in the way. Maybe I can move that camera bag out of the way and you guys can see better. Anyways, so like that's like all my Switch stuff, gaming stuff, Switch tools, etc. Got all my booze up there, and then obviously some sound pads that I need to figure out how to reconfigure because I moved my whiteboard over there. You can kind of see the edge of it. I moved my whiteboard from over there to over here. This was because, as cool as it would have been to have the shelves like right here, Eric sits right here to play games with me. So I didn't want to take away this seating area here. So I needed to move the shelving unit back, and so I'm like, well, it's covering up the whiteboard, so move it forward. Anyways, two things I want to go over. First off, as I was saying, I apologize for no Primecast tonight. That's normally what we've been having. That's what we've had for the last couple Fridays. Unfortunately, some of the regular crew of the Primecast couldn't make it. Another person on the regular crew had something else they really needed to do tonight. They would have came, but they had something else they really needed to do. And I had some backup guests that I was planning for Primecast this week that canceled on me due to some emergency stuff. So I just decided to cancel Primecast for the week, and we'll just have to get back at it next week. This happens sometimes, and I'm putting all the blame on me. I'm not blaming anyone else because I didn't redouble check with people until way late in the day today when I should have reconfirmed and rechecked with all the Primecast people a couple of days back. So it's my fault for not communicating sooner enough and getting this sorted and being able to get backup guests and more guests on and blah, 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 blah. So it's ultimately my fault. So I do apologize for not having a Primecast tonight. Number two, I apologize if I'm not in the greatest of moods. It's been a pretty rough day. I mean, on the good side, I brought both my kids to registration at their new school they're going to. They're transferring. And that was fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That went fine. But found out about 4 hours ago now. My grandfather. All my grandparents are alive, by the way. I have yet to experience. Thank you so much, Edward Norton. Let me get that wine in here for you. I think it's wine. I don't even remember what this says. Yeah, this is wine. My grandfather's in the hospital. I've been lucky in my life to never lose anyone in my family that's really close to me. I've had some friends that I've lost over the years, like lost their lives, but I've never had anyone in my like immediate vicinity family, and that's not just my mom and my dad and my sister, or like my fiance and my children. I also include my grandparents, who are hugely in my life throughout my entire life, even to this very day. In fact, where we're living right now, my grandma actually helped put a down payment for us to move into this place in the first place a couple years back. They're very much involved in my life, and my grandfather's in the hospital. You guys might remember back when I talked about my mom, how she, had sepsis and was septic, and it was just not good. Now, thankfully, she seems to be getting better. She's at home. All that's going well. Now my grandfather, who's in his 70s, now he's got it. He is full blown with sepsis. For those who don't know, it's like an infection that gets into your bloodstream and it just spreads over your whole body, and it's very hard to get rid of, especially at his age. He's also having some kidney failure and some other stuff. I saw him about an hour ago. Pretty much right before I sent the Prime News thing live, because I've had that done for like an hour and a half or so. Or I've had that done for a couple hours, but it was uploading when I went to go see my grandfather. You can't have a lot of guests right now, a lot of visitors. Visiting hours are very limited to even anyone but his wife, but my grandmother. So there's that. I don't think he's going to die, but he is in the hospital. And unlike when my mom was in the hospital and I was scared, I was listening more to the doctors than I was listening to my mother, because my mother can over-exaggerate. My grandfather pretty much wants to die, in terms of he's kind of miserable, because he's starting to lose his mind a little bit. He can't remember things, but then he says he doesn't want to die too. So it's just a really weird situation. And I think he's going to pull through this time, but this is his 6th time in the hospital in the last 6 months. It's definitely one of those things that, like, he's knocking on the door. He's knocking on the door of reaching the end. So, bit of a rough day with that today. Also found out there's a whole bunch of bad news. I don't really want to bore you guys with my bad news. It's been a rough start to the month of May. Just lots of stuff happening. Let's just let's move on with some Q&A stuff. First off, thank you so much, Edward Norton. Get that wine shot in. So we do have one question off Patreon that we're going to get to here. That question, in fact, I'm going to show you guys the question. Believe it or not, if it works for me, I am going to show you the question. Of course, it's probably not going to work for me, but I'm going to attempt to show you the question. Is it going to let me edit the scene? Editor. There we go. Oh, that's what I want right there. All right, we got it. We got this. No worries. Hold on, I got to shrink this down a little bit. Pull this over. Sorry, I thought I had this set up the way I wanted it. Hey, Thomas Maynor. You lost 2 grandfathers and my grandmother on my dad's side and my mom. You're my thoughts, buddy. Here, you need some yeah. Like, as sad as I am now, like, the day he's actually gone is the day I'm going to be, most affected by all of this. He's not gone at this point, so I'm not super, upset or anything. I'm upset. How do I describe this feeling, right? Like, how do I describe it? It's a feeling of worry. So I got that shot for you, Thomas. Thank you so much. So let's get into the Q&A, right? Like I said, there's going to be a Q&A. Let's get this Q&A done. Or get it going. We do have a question up from Patreon. For those who don't know, if you support us on Patreon, one of the perks you get is that you get to ask questions that not only not only am I going to, not only are you guaranteed to have your Patreon questions answered on a Q&A whenever I decide to do them, I'm now going to be doing things like this, where your question is going to actually appear in the chat. In fact, let me make this even a little better. Look at that. So your question will even appear in the stream. So that's kind of how we're going to do it moving forward for Patreon questions for our Q&As. And also it guarantees that if it's a question that requires that I do research to answer, that I will do the research to answer it. So there is that. So first off, let me get to the next question here. He's got a kind of a long-winded one. This question might be irrelevant by the time you read it, but I'll ask anyways. It was recently revealed that Grezzo are the ones working on Luigi's Mansion for 3DS. For those who don't know, there was a listing for Luigi's Mansion for 3DS. We know the game's coming. In Australia, that listed Grezzo as the producer or whatever it was. Anyways, Grezzo's the one working on it. However, some job postings made by them made it sound like they were working on a Zelda game, possibly for Switch. Do you think they could be working on both Luigi's Mansion and a Zelda game? So first off, let me address this point. The point he's referencing to some job postings made it sound like they were working on a Zelda game. They had some job postings late last year that made it sound like Grezzo was hiring people to make a legend, and people associated it with Zelda because they had worked on Zelda games before, you know, Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, blah, 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 Triforce Heroes, etc. So because they have this history of working with Zelda games, and then they're hiring people to make a legend, made people think Legend of Zelda. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the case, and I doubt Legend to them meant Luigi's Mansion. Doesn't really, I don't know, as great as Luigi's Mansion is, would you consider it a legend or a legendary game? You know, not, I wouldn't anyways. So, is it possible they could be working on both? Obviously. I think Grezzo has, probably for the past 5 or 6 years, always been working on at least 2 games at once. But, yeah. So then he says, maybe the Zelda game is in early production. If so, do you think the Zelda game will be on Switch? So far, most of their games have been on 3DS, and transitioning to developing for Switch could be expensive, and they are not huge, wealthy studio or anything. So, I definitely think if they are making a Zelda game, it's for Switch. I don't think any more Zelda games are coming to 3DS unless they're ports or remakes, and I don't know what, I mean, do we want down ports of Zelda games? I really don't. I mean, I guess you could argue they could do a Link to the Past remastered using the Link Between Worlds stuff, but so I think they're probably working. It's kind of like what Next Level Games is doing, right? Like Next Level Games has only really made games for 3DS, but the next game they're working on is for Switch. I think that's the same for Grezzo. Yes, they're doing this Luigi's Mansion port, but whatever other game they're working on is going to end up being for Switch, in my opinion. It doesn't even mean they're working on a Zelda game, to be fair. And a legend can reference many different things. So it might not actually be, you know, working on Legend of Zelda game. We don't actually factually know they're working on that. It was a presumption made on the fact that they're hiring someone to craft a legend. I mean, to me, the term legend, obviously I have that association with Zelda, but a lot of things can be legend and legendary. So, yeah, and we assume it's a Nintendo game because, well, I mean, Grezzo has almost exclusively only worked with Nintendo, kind of like Next Level Games over the past, you know, how many years. Nintendo does not own Grezzo. They do not control Grezzo, but they obviously have an ongoing relationship and contract with Grezzo. So that's kind of that's kind of a thing that's happening. So to answer your question, they definitely are working on more than one game. I don't know if it's Zelda. If it is Zelda, I think it is going to be for Switch. It could be a top-down Zelda for Switch. That's kind of my dream. One of my hopes for E3. But yeah, so I hope I answered your question sufficiently, man. And for those who don't know, also this Q&A will go up on Patreon after the fact for Patreon backers. So if Nick S. isn't here, he'll get to see my response later. All right, so we'll turn off that for now. We might get back to the display capture because there's a chance that if things slow down tonight, I might start just sifting through some comments on our videos this week and responding to some of them here live and just creating a dialogue. But we do have some people talking in the chat. So let's just get to it. I am trying to distract myself tonight. Lots of crazy stuff happening in my life. But tonight, it's all about you guys. You guys and me, one-on-one. Let's talk. Let's have a good time here tonight. I apologize for swearing ahead of time. I know I swear on my night streams all the time, but I can tell you right now, I'm going to fucking swear a hell of a lot more than usual. It's just the way it is tonight. So, scrolling down. Yeah, so Sonic Master 211, I just came in with someone donate something about losing their family members. That's just to recap. My grandfather's in the hospital, has sepsis. It's like his 6th time in the past 6 months, and you know, for the first time in my life, I'm scared of losing a family member that's really close to me. So that's kind of why they did that. But let's go on here. Let's see here. Just scrolling down. Trying to see some questions up in here. Remember to ping me at Nintendo Prime, or just type in Nintendo Prime. I think it'll ping me as well, to make sure that your questions kind of stand out from the crowd. Let me see. Sonic Master says, anyway, can you please report the issues with Xenoblade 2's newest update have caused? So Sonic Master 211, I don't know what issues the newest update have caused. I can't talk about something that I don't know about. And again, this is another reason, like, not to like say you need to, but if this had been a question on Patreon, I would have put in the time to research it, because I get those questions ahead of time, so I get time to kind of look things up and kind of morph my brain around it, take down notes if I need to. So I can't really talk about it because I don't know about the issues, and I haven't heard very many people talking about any issues. You know, there's streamers I know playing Xenoblade 2 I was just watching yesterday, and they didn't say anything about any issues. So I don't know from whence you talk about. Zimikito says, did you see my tweet about Yoshi and Smash? No, I have not. Let me look this up. Let me look this up. Yoshi and Smash. I got some notifications here on Twitter. Let me see. I don't see. You didn't tweet it to me, did you? I'm just scrolling down. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't see anything tweeted at me, and like it's hard for me to be like, oh, did you see my individual tweet on Twitter? Even if I follow you, I follow a lot of people. I think a couple hundred. I actually don't know how many people I follow, to be honest. I follow 298, yeah. So like I'm not going to see individual tweets. You'll have to fill me in here in the chat. Oh, thank you so much, Edward Norton. That 99-cent super chat. Where is my super suit? I'm going to change up something here. I don't like how the chat's displaying. The blue is hard to see, especially with my blue shirt. Let me change up something here with that. I think I can change this up super quick. Chat box. Let's go with the no, not the old school. The boxed. That's what we want. Let's try the box. Let's save our settings on that. And go see what that looks like. All right, everything's boxed. Makes it a little easier. I don't know. I can't change the color of the text. Oh, maybe I can. Hold on. They do have an HTML thing here. I gotta mess with that HTML thing a bit more. The dang. All right. Enable the custom HTML. What do we got here? Okay. So style, color. Okay, yeah, I know I can change the color of the text, but where does it say color of the div from data ID? Huh. Okay, there's a class name here. What if I go style? Yes, I'm doing a little coding here. I have not coded in a while. Color. What if we make it let's try this. I've not coded in a long time. Let's see what that does to the chat. Or did I just mess everything up? I don't know if is the chat not working now? Holy crud! Is it not even showing up? Did I break the chat? I probably broke the chat. Yeah, I broke the chat. Well, that's obviously not gonna work. I think I broke the chat. Oh no, I didn't. It's work. Oh no, it didn't change the color though. I mean, it broke the settings, so that's not gonna work. All right, well, forget that then. Let me go back to the chat box here. We're going to, man, see, there's the text color. Text color is not an issue though. All right, we're just gonna disable custom HTML, and then we'll just go with the clean look. We'll just leave. We'll just leave it. We'll leave everything good alone. We're obviously not gonna be able to fix it tonight. All right, I have to do some more research into that to change it. So let me scroll. But first off, thank you, Edward Norton. This one's for you. Let me see here. Next Level Games confirmed. Yeah, Next Level Games only works with Nintendo, but Nintendo does not own them. So they could decide at some point to be like, yeah, we're done with Nintendo. That is definitely something Next Level Games could just decide to do. Elizabeth says that you lost your mom. I'm sorry you lost your mom at 53. That's really young. Obviously, as you said, unexpected and sudden. You lost your grandmother at 65. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, all like the smoking, the drinking, all that stuff, like even me being overweight, all it does is increase your risk. It doesn't guarantee anything. You could be a perfectly healthy person doing everything you're supposed to do in life and still get taken away early. You could be like me, overweight and fat as heck, and I might live till I'm 120. I mean, there's no perfect way of projecting this. There's just increasing risks. Increased risk, unless it's a 100%, isn't like you could smoke your whole life and never get cancer. Never shorten your life. Or you could. You're increasing your risk. You're not guaranteeing it's going to happen. So I'm really, like, I feel for you, Elizabeth. I wish I could say I know what it feels like to lose someone that close. I don't know. Obviously, my grandfather, I've had 6 months of build up here to get to a point where I'm starting to realize that he might not be with us much longer. But, it's going to be hard for me. That's for, and my grandmother's gonna be devastated. I can't imagine like as bad as I feel. I'm gonna feel even worse for my grandmother. I don't know if I can be around her without crying because she's gonna be crying so much. Let me see here. I think it's a good idea of looking through comments in your videos and responding to them live. Yeah, as I said, I'll probably do that a little bit later. We'll see. We're just gonna kind of go with the flow here, get things going. 80-year-old grandmother that I live with, and she drives me insane. Dude, respect your elders and appreciate them while they're here. They've been through a lot in life, and they, whether you think so or not, have played a pivotal role in you being here today. So, let me see here. Scrolling down a little bit. Oh, you can't tag me, really? You should just be able to type Nintendo. If you just type Nintendo Space Prime, it should highlight it for me, even if you don't add it. Obviously, if you add it, it makes it guarantees it gets pinged. I'm just scrolling down here in the chat. Zumikito says, I just tweeted that you should have a discussion on the podcast. Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't go back to the podcast topic tweet because I'm saving those topics, right? Like, when you give me topics, I want to bring those to the podcast because that's what that tweet was about. It was about getting... It's the same thing with our community post on YouTube the other day. We had a community post go up, and that was all about gathering topics for the podcast. The only one I responded to was one that Elizabeth made on there, but it's going to get addressed in the podcast as well. It had to do with E3. We are on the road to E3. We have our first episode of the next episode of the Nintendo Prime Podcast. It goes up on Monday, goes up on Sunday for Patreon backers. That podcast is our very first episode of Road to E3. So for the next 4 or 5 podcasts, it's all Road to E3, Road to E3, Road to E3, and then we have our at E3. And the At E3 podcast, I'm going to be editing myself. Martin's not going to be doing it because that podcast is going out while E3 is happening. Or at least that's the goal. We'll see what happens. It might only be 720p because I might have to down the resolution to get it out and then put up a high resolution version for maybe Patreon backers later or something. I don't know, but it's going to be fun. Live at E3. It's going to be sweet. We're hoping to do a live stream as well, going over some stuff from E3. Let's see here. I'm just scrolling through. Make sure, because some people apparently are having issues. Hey, Forrest Landry! Thank you for subscribing. It is awesome. Welcome to the Nintendo Prime family. Truly, you guys do feel like family. That's why I'm so open with you guys at times about some stuff in my life, because you know what? I mean, you guys are as important to my life as anyone. I'm able to do what I do here because of you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support, all of your views, all of your questions, all of your chats, all of your comments, all of your likes and dislikes and subscriptions, and telling people on Twitter how terrible I am. Whatever, I appreciate all of it. It is the spice of life, let me tell you. We can scroll down here. Oh, yeah, I was gonna... How the revealed Smash because it was gonna overshadowed by Yoshi. Obviously, that was a joke. I took that one as a joke. Let me see here. Scrolling down. Okay, there we go. There's the beginning of the chat. Sonic Master 211. I will send you a tweet about it, talking about problems with Xenoblade 2. Okay. I'll check my notifications on Twitter. Let me know. Well, I got my notifications up. I'll know when that tweet comes through. Are those subs from YouTube or Twitch? We're talking YouTube. We do not have Twitch subs appearing on here because we are currently not streaming on Twitch. That's one thing we are going to be doing, by the way. We will be bringing more and more of our streams over to Twitch once we get into the summer. But right now, I'm still working out some logistics. Yeah, you can use Restream and other things and just be on Twitch. But like Twitch is very different from YouTube with the bits and all of that crazy stuff. So like incorporating both of those streams together, I don't know. I prefer YouTube as a streaming platform. But I realize that, you know, I need to diversify, right? I can't just be like, oh my gosh, we're just a YouTube end. Like, no. Let's diversify. Because who knows? Maybe YouTube craps the bed one day and, hey, at least we have Twitch. So I need to get both going. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Nate, have you played the Saturday morning RPE? I don't even know what that is. So, obviously not. All right. I guess we'll get to some comments. Some comments on the old YouTuber. I'm gonna go to my channel here. You guys aren't watching me get to this because I'm gonna find this stuff for you. First, let me go to the community post. Maybe there's some comments on the community post I want to directly respond to. We're still getting suggestions coming in even today for podcast topics, which is great. On this road to E3, I want to make sure we get in as many topics as we can, squeeze in. So that's great stuff. Thank you guys so much for submitting all those topics. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything there. All right, we're gonna go to our videos then, and we'll start. We lost 6 subscribers since I started the stream. Notice how there's no notification that you just lost a sub. You just lost a sub. It's all right. If people want to leave, people want to leave. Nothing I can do about it. I know one we can address. This is always a fun one. Obviously, our most popular video this week had to do with the lawsuit, or not even the lawsuit, that the ITC is investigating Nintendo. And let's pick out a good one here. A good comment that I want to respond to. Hold on. There was one in particular that I felt like talking about on a stream, if I ever got around to it. say I don't want to use that person because that person is just known for stuff. Lots of people upset at Game Vice this week. Let me tell you, lots of people are not happy with Game Vice. But there was a comment that I wanted to directly respond. You know what? Let's just go with the bare bones here. Let me zoom this in here. Whoa! We gotta scroll down here a bit before I show you guys. We'll F11 this as well. All right, here we go. Let's show you guys some action here. So the first comment I want to talk about is Electronica MX, where Electronica MX here said clickbait, and there was quite a few people that called this clickbait. And clickbait is I always have a fun debate about people that because this is the video we're talking about here. Look, beer commercial, Pilsner. So Nintendo Switch may no longer be shipped to the United States. So this dealt with the ITC investigating Nintendo at the request of Game Vice to try to block the Switch from being shipped into the country, saying that Nintendo has has violated their patent to the point that they're going to block the shipments coming in until this can get settled in the court system. So basically, the International Trade Commission, the United States International Trade Commission to be specific, the federal government, they're trying to get the federal government to block the Switch from coming in until the case can be heard, and then the case is heard, and then blah, blah, blah. And while the case is ongoing, no more Switches could come into the country. That's kind of the thing. So I titled it as, Nintendo Switch may no longer be shipped to the United States, because that's why we're talking about it, right? We're talking about it because there's a very real possibility that the International Trade Commission could come down hard on Nintendo and block Switches from coming in. Now, let me be clear here. I don't actually think the ITC is going to rule that way. This has been something they tried to do before. Some other quote-unquote patent trolls tried to do before with the Wii Motion technology. They tried to get the International Trade Commission involved. However, the International Trade Commission at that time only did preliminary research. Like, they just kind of glanced at the claims. It never became a full-on investigation. Whereas the International Trade Commission has announced they are investigating Nintendo. So basically, they already glanced at the claims, they glanced at the patents, and they said, okay, we do need to investigate this. So that means that there is more to this than there was for the motion controls. Now, I still don't think the ITC is going to rule, but that's what I think. I don't know. Nobody knows what's going to happen in this entire Game Vice ITC mess. Nobody knows. Anyone that tells you they know is fooling themselves. People are just making assumptions. As an example, I don't think it's going to happen, but I also am kind of preparing myself just in case it does, right? And if it does happen, Nintendo's going to go to court. They're going to probably end up winning it in the court of law, and it'll get overturned. But that could take several months to happen. So, when people call this title clickbait, some of it is because there are some people in the comments that presumed that this video was referencing the lawsuit that Game Vice filed against Nintendo last year, which that's not at all what this is. What's happening here is not that lawsuit. That lawsuit, Game Vice themselves dropped that lawsuit in October, probably to pursue this, probably to convince the International Trade Commission to block the Switch. So, and this isn't about that. They're related, but it's not about that lawsuit last year. So, I guess when people call stuff like this clickbait, I look at it like this. The idea of any title, of any thumbnail, of anything of that nature, whether it's on an article, whether it's on a video, the idea is to get people to click. That is the entire purpose of having a title, the entire purpose of having a thumbnail. It's all about attracting eyeballs to whatever you're making. And anybody out there that says it's not about that is fooling themselves. Like, if you look at any channel out there, all of the thumbnails and all the titles are all aimed at getting people to view your content. Now, that's technically the bare bones original definition of clickbait, was just that. creating a title, thumbnail, etc. that just entices people to click. Obviously, over time, the definition has changed in culture. It's been changing for a long time, to the point where the cultural definition of it is that clickbait is anything that gets you to click that's misleading. And like someone just mentioned, the thumbnail, right? Like the thumbnail of it is misleading. So let me go to, because the thumbnail's quote unquote negative or suggest a negative connotation. So let's scroll over here. So it says Nintendo in trouble ? And then it says Nintendo Switch may no longer be shipped, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it implies that there is a potential negative outcome that could be coming down. And that's a fact! That's exactly what the video covers. Nothing about that's like intentionally misleading people. What it's doing is telling people, hey, look, there's this thing happening that could negatively impact Nintendo. If I would have got rid of the question mark, to me, I am clickbaiting then. Because then I'm telling you factually, yes, Nintendo's in trouble. They might not be. This could be nothing. But they might be. Hence the question mark. So that's, like, I'm actually really proud of this thumbnail. I think it came out very well. The title, I actually played around with like 5 different titles for this story. And it came out pretty well. And sure, we have our classic case of it's news that could potentially be negative towards Nintendo, so high dislike ratio. This happens all the time. I'm not really caring about that. I care about the people that understand what is being talked about down here. A lot of my videos being suggested to myself. It's kind of cool. But yeah, so that's kind of my viewpoint on that. I'm not going to agree that it's clickbait, or agree that it's clickbait in the sense of misleading people. I agree that it's clickbait in that the title and thumbnail are there to entice people to click, but they're there to entice people to click to find out what the hell is going on. And that's exactly what the video covers. So I'm proud of that. I actually really like this video. It's one of my favorite videos I have made this week. And not my favorite video. My favorite video this week would be not even this rumor leak one that's doing well. The podcast. That's always one of my favorites. This one. The why Microsoft and Nintendo should work together. Because it's an op-ed. It's kind of an editorial piece, an opinion take. And I really like this one a lot. It got 1.3k views, which is okay. So, yeah. That's what I'm most proud of this week. But, let me see here. Go to another one. This one didn't have a lot of views, but I think it had some comments. Edward Norton! Hey, my boy. Cheers, man. $1, $1. Hey, Fire Soul, happy birthday, boy. I see you, my boy. Happy birthday. Are there no sound effects coming through? Are sound effects coming through on your guys' end for those donations? I gotta check my alert box settings here. I don't want any alert delay. Let me save that. Let me go individual here. Do I have sound muted? No, there's sound. So yeah, I don't know. Sound's not coming through on my end, which is weird. I guess maybe it's just really quiet and I gotta turn things up. Okay, so Sound Master already sent me those tweets. So let's go check out those tweets. Let's see here. Of course they're not popping up. Let me refresh here. All right, here's what he's talking about. There is a move in the game of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 called Union Sword. It's a special move where Pyra, and censoring this because it's spoilers, do this animation. Okay. And when the second character is about to appear for it, the game crashes. So far, this has only happened to physical owners of the game. Okay, see, that's the thing. I own it digitally, so this wouldn't have happened to me. If you do not care about spoilers, watch this video. It better explains it than I do. How long is this video? Minute 35? Alright, let's, giving you spoiler warnings right now. We're going to watch this video for a bug in Xenoblade 2, because I actually I'm curious about this bug. Of course, I can't full screen it here. Let's open it up here on the old tubers.
Late game spoiler.
Let's unmute it. It does have late game spoilers for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but you know what? I really don't care. It's even spoilers for me because I'm not late game right now. But I'm interested in this bug. So let's do a discovery together here, folks. Let's full screen this. I'm gonna turn desktop audio down just a bit here. Let's see what's happening.
The entire concept of this video revolves around late game spoilers.
All right, here we go.
If you haven't gotten to like chapter 10 of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, don't watch this.
Okay, chapter 10.
So, yeah, PSA time. This has never really happened before. I thought that all the changes made in 1.4.0 were good ones, but it turns out that there is a game crash that they accidentally patched in. Yeah. So, Pyra and Blade Nia have their combined level 4 special, where if you have them both on Rex, both at max affinity, and you try to use level 4 with one of them, they'll do a special combined attack and stuff. In 1.4, if you try to do that with Nia, as using Nia to activate it, it'll all go completely fine the way it always has. But there's a bit of an issue. If you're doing it with Pyra, it'll start playing a different animation and then crash the game.
Oh!
Yeah. I don't know why this happens.
Oh, shit!
But I expect a 1.4.1 patch at some time in the next week.
That is not okay. Holy crap. That is not an okay bug. That's the kind that should be already, like, when was this video posted? Hold on. What's the date on this video?
The entire concept of this video.
What's the date on this video? April 28th. So it's been a week. Fix this shit, Nintendo. Come on. Can't be letting a bug like that happen. Man, especially in a game, like, if you're in the middle of a major boss fight late in the game, and your game crashes, and you can't, like, you have to start that fight all over again, god damn, that would suck. God, that would suck. Dude, that's terrible, man. Holy shit. That should not be allowed. That's got to be fixed. Zimikita said that Microsoft vid was good. It's one of my favorite vids I made this week too. Yeah, dude, I really like my op-eds, my editorial ones. I feel a lot more free-verse to talking about the way I feel about things. Whereas news, it's like, yeah, I got my news, and I might spend, like 6 minutes giving my opinion or whatever. But I still, there's not a lot of research done when I'm doing the news reports, right? Like, here's the news, here's my reaction to that news, and then when I'm doing like an editorial kind of piece, obviously I'm researching and making sure I've got my ducks in a row, or try to have my ducks in a row, to create a proper editorial piece. Let me see here. Stop that. Nate, stop. You're not that far in. Don't spoil yourself. Here's the thing. It didn't spoil, like what did it spoil for me? That you could do a move with 3 characters at once. That Nia is with you. Like, I literally watched that video just now that has quote-unquote spoilers, and all I got out of it is that there's this crazy epic move you can do that if you do it with Pyra, it crashes the game. If that, like, to me personally, as someone who's still in Chapter 1 or Chapter 2, that is, I don't feel like I got spoiled. I mean, I guess whatever they were fighting, is that a spoiler? I don't, like, to be spoiled, I'd have to understand what's happening, and since I don't, without the understanding, there's no spoilers for me, personally. But obviously, I did give a spoiler warning for everyone else out there. Sonic Master said he had that encounter. I encountered that when I was fighting a super boss while grinding for core crystals. Man, that sucks. Let me see here. Anyway, you're leaving. I shouldn't have reacted because now you're leaving. Oh, that Nia's a blade. You know what that means to me? Nothing. Because I don't have the context for it. Without the context, it doesn't mean much for me. So. It's okay. Fire Soul, it's okay. Like, oh my gosh, Nia's a blade. It still doesn't matter to me. Like, I have no context for it. So, yeah. Context matters, folks, even for spoilers. You could show me the ending cutscene of a game I haven't played yet, and none of that will matter if I haven't played up to that point to understand the story. So, even if I know how it all ends, I still have to play it. So yeah, that's the way I am with spoilers, man. They really don't matter to me unless something happens. By the way, if you guys want any music played, I think I have it written down as like a $5 super chat or donation, and you guys can play whatever music. I don't even care tonight. We'll play it in the background as we're talking. Let's go look at some more comments, shall we? Remember, this is a Q&A and just a shooting the shit stream, so ask any questions you want. Yeah, I don't even know about that, Zenith. Like, I don't know anything about... I'm basically a noob. When I play Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like, every time I load it up, I always forget what I've already done. So I think I was going to look at some comments on this video. Let me see if I can find some good ones. Let's see here. Just some stuff on Furukawa here. Yeah, there wasn't much in there to respond to. Maybe we'll go to the Switch Pro Controller Prime News episode. So I can mute the desktop over here. In case one of these videos accidentally decides to play. Accidentally. Oh, man. So, how are you guys doing tonight, by the way? How are you fine folks doing tonight? Hopefully you're having better days than me, better enter into your weekends. I hope everyone's feeling just fantastic. I got to see Avengers Infinity War this week, so I guess that's like a big positive thing I got to do. Damn good movie. It is now my favorite movie in the Marvel Universe right now. Absolutely loved it. We won't go into spoilers, of course. And if anyone in the chat goes into spoilers on Avengers Infinity War, you will be put on timeout. But I saw that. Fantastic movie. Absolutely loved it. Can't wait. Deadpool 2 is coming out soon. Can't wait for that. Undecided if I'm going to go see the Han Solo movie this month as well. It's a loaded month for movies for me. The Playbug. Wait, the Playbug's gone back to being messed up? No way. They fixed it. They even patched it out. Let me go look. I haven't looked at my play log in a little bit. Let me look at the play log. I woke up in Chris Brown's body. Yes, Freaky Friday is still stuck in my head. Oh, all my hours are still yeah, all my hours are still showing. I don't know why Breath of the Wild's not budging, though. It's been at 155 hours on my Switch for a while, and I've logged at least 20 more. Damn, my hours on NBA 2K18 got reduced. What is... I mean, that's weird, but at least I still have most of my hours there. Zuki says, just chilling, watching my stream. Am I going to play Splatfest tonight? I could. I guess, what does it start in 7 minutes? A little Splatfest action. I suppose I could load that up. Play some Splatoon. Play some Splatfest action with you guys. I'll get that all loaded up on my end here. I've kind of got a somewhat free night tonight. Even if I don't get much sleep, I can't complain because my mother is taking one of my kids tomorrow, and all we're going to have is Oliver, and I'm going to try to get my sister to take him, so I have a night off from the kids tomorrow, which will be awesome. Don't expect me to stream tomorrow, but probably going to spend some time with the old lady. But yeah, I'm going to do some Splatfest tonight. Or was it Raphael and Leonardo? I haven't picked one yet. It's a tough choice for me. Tough choice for me. But yeah, we can probably end up playing some Splatfest here. I'll have to get it set up in the stream. It'll just appear where I was having the browser appear before. Sorry, Master 211. Anyways, you're leaving right now. It's raining very, very, very hard here, so I have to leave now. Will you leave the stream up for me to watch later? Unfortunately, that is not what we do with our live streams outside of the Primecast. So this stream, to watch it later, you would have to become a $1 subscriber on Patreon.com. Or Patreon.com/Nintendo Prime. You have to become a patron for at least $1 a month, and then you will get this later to watch after the fact. Isn't Deadpool 2 out already? Is it out? I think it's not out here yet. It might be out overall. Let me load up my local theater here. course, it doesn't help when I type it in wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's not out in my area yet, anyways. Let me see. It is not out here yet. It says it is coming on 5/17. So it's still like 2 weeks away. Got about 2 weeks away for Deadpool 2. And then a week after that is when the Solo movie comes out. Here. Maybe it's out somewhere else. I have no idea. And I saw Super Troopers 2 as well like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That was really good. Super Troopers 2 might be better than the original Super Troopers. Can't believe I'm even having those words come out of my mouth. Super Troopers 2 is amazing. It is one of the few like sequel movies to come out way later than it should have and just be amazing. Usually like Dumb and Dumber 2, like it was okay, but it wasn't even close to as good as the original. Whereas Super Troopers 2 I think exceeded the original, which is so like rare for me to even think that. No, my heart rate is finally dropping after the spoiler video. I can calm down with this. You know what might have caused it? Actually got bumped off the list from 20 games, and then I wanted to get it back because I have... yeah, that's the thing, too. I wish their list wasn't limited to just 20. I wish there was a way you could look up all of your games, right? Let me see here. One of my Switch games I played the least. You're going to say Raph. Let me see. I want him to be Raph, but I feel like he's going to go for Leo for the Ninty Prime Blue. I wasn't... Why'd you have to bring that up? I wasn't even thinking about Nintendo Prime Blue. Wasn't even crossing my mind. Wasn't even crossing my mind until you said that. Because I'm an old school Ninja Turtles fan, man. I'm not a big fan of like the newer movies or any cartoon series past like the original one that was in the 80s and 90s. But dude, like Ninja Turtles 1, Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze, and Ninja Turtles 3 was kind of blah. But like that's my jam from my childhood, man. I was a big Donatello guy, but they don't have Donatello for a choice here, so. Let's see here. Tropical Freeze for the Wii U. Tropical Freeze for the Nintendo Switch is awesome. Yes, you played both. Jeez. Because I beat Tropical Freeze twice on Wii U, I'm like, I'm not spending $60 to play the same game again. It's just not happening. Sorry. I paid $60 for it once. Not again. Ooh. Of course, these are some of the newer, based on some of the newer designs. Do I go Raphael, who's got the attitude, or do I go Leo, who's the quote-unquote leader? I mean, I am the leader of Nintendo Prime. But Raphael is like, yeah, fuck the police. That's basically his attitude. Raph is the fuck the police kind of guy. RoboCop. Nah, fuck RoboCop. Not a big fan of RoboCop over here, let me tell you. Donatello was your favorite in my younger years, but now it's Raph. Yeah, I don't really know. Donatello is still my favorite. I also like Leonardo a lot because, you know, leader. I also love the dual swords. But, like, you know what? God, they got... Okay, all right. This pisses me off. This pisses me off. I gotta add it in right now. Hold on. Let me add in what is it? I think it's... Would it be a browser source? Hold on, no. Video capture device. Give me a second here. Add existing source. Nintendo Switch. All right, cool. I'm gonna shrink this down just a bit. All right. So look at this. Look at this shit. All right. What the fuck did they do to Raphael and Leonardo? Why is Leonardo a two-handed samurai sword guy now? What happened to the dual swords? Are you fucking kidding me? And then Raphael. What the fuck is that? What happened to the fucking fork? What happened to the three-pronged fork? You got freaking little police beatdown sticks? The little batons? Get the fuck out of here with this shit. Like, I was gonna be like, oh, the batons. Fuck that. Oh, look, he's only got one sword. Fuck that. What the fuck? God damn it. Have they really fucked Ninja Turtles up this much over the years? They can't even stick to their fucking weapons the way they're supposed to be? Oh, Jesus Christ. Gotta be kidding me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I don't even remember what the 3-prong thing used to be called either. Let me get. Does Michelangelo not even have nunchucks anymore? Donatello doesn't fight with a stick? He's using a fighting pitchfork or something? What the fuck? Oh my god. I almost don't even want to play now. I almost do not want to play Splatfest because of this shit. They fucked up. They fucked this shit up. Raph looked at Final Fantasy 14 and went, I need to beef. It's so fucking stupid. I'm not even talking about the designs of the turtles. Like, that's whatever, right? The Ninja Turtles has changed. But this shit is fucked up. You gotta be kidding me. How do you fuck up Raphael and Leonardo? Dual swords, 3-pronged, whatever the fuck those things were. They said he's got a fucking 2 wooden police batons and a dual-handed samurai sword. Get the fuck out of here. God damn it. So now it's like, oh, do I just choose it by color? Because obviously then I choose blue over red. I mean, he's got the full, he's a rebel, so he's got the full head wrap there. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god. What are you guys even talking about? TMT is based on Daredevil. Dude, it pisses me off, dude. Look at this shit. Okay, hold on. I gotta correct this shit right now. I got some Ninja Turtle action figures. That's right, motherfuckers. Show you how this shit is done. Alright, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Okay, the thing is, I don't have any of their weapons anymore. Gotta remember, these were toys I played with in the 90s. The fact I even still have them is a fucking miracle. But first off, let's just look at the design of Leonardo. Look at that design of Leonardo, then look at this. Which one looks more badass to you? That fucker up there, that anime piece of shit, or this more realistic, well, I mean, as realistic as a turtle that can walk with 2 fucking feet can be. And hold on, I have a phone call. Alright, sorry about that. Oh. Oh, man. Alright. Let me go read the chat quick before I get back into my Ninja Turtles shit. Because it's going to take me a little bit to work back up to it. Yeah, I was grilling the designs. But what's up, Nate? It was my fiance. You know, when she calls, I can't just ignore it. So, we're the IRS. You're not the IRS. I've already talked to the IRS this year. All right. Let me get back into it. So, here's the thing. This Leonardo design, to me, is way better than that one. And let me explain. Because there's some people saying, why are you trashing the new designs? Why are you trashing the weapons if you haven't even watched the show? Blah, 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 blah. Because part of what made me love Ninja Turtles is that when you saw the Turtles, and then you saw them translated into, like, a real-life movie, not only did the design of this fit with the real-life movie, everything felt like it could be sort of believable. Like, oh my gosh, they were mutated through radioactive ooze, blah 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 blah. They still this still kind of looks like a turtle a little bit, whereas those fucking designs up there look absolutely nothing like a fucking turtle. They are classic anime samurai bullshit. That's the thing. This show might actually be good. It might have good writing. It might have good story. It might have good character design. But that's not why I watched Ninja Turtles. That was always an aside. I watched it because they were realistic-looking motherfucking turtles that were fighting crime. That's the appeal of Ninja Turtles to me. So every move they've done away from that has just torn me away from everything. Anyways. So even just the funny thing is, I actually don't have a normal Raphael here. The only Raphael I have is the old spacesuit Raphael from the cartoon series. So, like, not really a good example to cross-compare with that Raphael. And again, I don't have any of the weapons anymore. I was looking for them. I broke them or lost them a long time ago. I mean, hell, who remembers this crazy toy right here? This fucking Michelangelo that used to put pizzas in and could pew-pew! Because it's the one that I really don't like. I got it for my birthday, like when I was like 6 or something. Bonus points to anyone who remembers who this guy is from the Ninja Turtle series. Who remembers who this guy is? Anyone remember who this guy is? See, everyone's going to remember this from the movies, right? You know, everyone's going to remember him. But do you remember this fucker right here? I don't give a shit if Raph is based off of the fucking baby turtle that's in my backyard. Looks like shit. Looks like shit. I'm sorry. You want... Here, you know what? I'll show you a fucking snapping turtle. You want to see a snapping turtle? I'll show you a fucking snapping turtle. And the thing is, by the way, the original story of the Ninja Turtles is they all came from the same place, right? So they shouldn't be different turtles in the first place. But I digress. I fucking gress. Open this image of a fucking snapping turtle. God damn it, that image is tiny. Can I get a big fucking image of a goddamn snapping turtle? Sure, here's a front look at one, I guess. All right. So here's a look at one. Let me bring the display capture over the, look at that. That's a motherfucking snapping turtle. You see the pointed snout? Do you see a pointed goddamn snout on that motherfucker? Do you see the completely round eyeballs? Do you see round eyeballs on fucking Raphael? Do you see the super scaly, bumpy skin? Do you see that bullshit on him? No, you don't. You don't see any of that shit. Heck, even the edgy, broken shell that's supposed to represent, like, the scale, like, that's not what snapping turtles fucking look like. It looks nothing like a goddamn snapping turtle. Sorry. It's anime bullshit is what it is. Just anime bullshit. Anyways. Did anyone get this one? Hold it up here. Still waiting to see if anyone got this one. This is not Shredder. This is not Shredder. This guy was only in the cartoon series, the original cartoon series. He had a partner. I can't remember where. I don't know what I did with the partner. Nate, you okay? Yeah, dude, I'm fine. Then of course, my main man, some Donatellos, baby. OG Donatello here. Although I don't know what happened to his belt. It has his weapon on it somewhere. OG Donatello, and then this Donatello, which this one's kind of cool. Let's see if I can even do it. Yeah, see this one. This one reverts back to what Donatello looked like before he morphed. So like you spin the head out here. Let's see if I can get this right. I always screw this up. There's the tail. Hold on. This is such a weird transformation how this works. No, I think this goes feet up here first. No, God, I always get this wrong. Anyways, I always screw it up, but something like. But it like remorphs something like this, where it's supposed to look like a turtle again, with the tail in the back. But I forget how to fold it up, so we'll just leave it out as classic Donatello. Oh, I gotta spin the head around. Spin the head around. I used to have one of these for all four of them. Donatello's the only one that survived my childhood, so. And the turtles do not have the tails when they're older, so you fold that away. There you go. Anyways, and I have to choose between these two fucking knuckleheads. The thing is, and the thing is, I can't even go off the personalities, because the personalities I know of Raphael and Leonardo are not the personalities they are today. So basically, I'm looking at red versus blue, and Leonardo's apparently still the leader, apparently. So I guess I could do that. I mean, give me some info. I mean, that tells me nothing. God damn it, what a shitty choice. What a shitty fucking choice. I guess I'll go with Leonardo. And I'm not doing it because it's blue. At least he still has a fucking sword. It's not the dual swords like he should have. But at least he has a fucking sword. Right? Does Splatfest start yet? Ralph is the leader. Dude, fuck Ralph. Ralph is not the leader of the Ninja Turtles. If he's the leader in the news, that already turns me off from the show. Is that the... Splatfest, yeah, there it is. Let's equip that bad boy. Ralph is the leader of the 2018... No! Ralph is supposed to be a rebel! He's not supposed to agree with the other three turtles. That's the entire fucking point of Raphael. He's supposed to be that rebel teenager that doesn't agree and says, fuck the police. God, they ruined Raphael. Oh, my God. Sorry, this is like the most painful... Well, Splatfest hasn't started yet. But it's the most painful... That's right, Splatfest starts at 11. So we'll come back to Splatfest when it actually starts. But, God, that's the most painful thing that's happened today to me, man. So painful. I'm not too old. Well, the Turtles of today, you could argue, like, this is where I'll say, like, obviously, when it comes to the Ninja Turtles, I have a bias. I have a bias to the way Ninja Turtles was when I was a kid. And because, to me, the Ninja Turtles are a specific thing. So to see in 2018 that they're nothing like that, it's kind of like the Power Rangers, right? They screwed up the Power Rangers to me over the years as well. And that's not to say that it's not factually better today. I have seen some newer Power Ranger series where the acting is 10 times better than the original series. Like, the acting in the original series was terrible. Plus, there was all that, like, taking clips from the Japanese thing, and, like, they don't do that anymore. But it's just, man, the Ninja Turtle, like, if you go watch Ninja Turtles, the first movie, and then Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze, and then come back to me and tell me that anything fucking going on today in Ninja Turtles is better than those two movies. I dare you to go back, watch those movies, then come back to today and tell me that 2018 show is better. I can't see how it's better than those movies. I just can't. Plus the second movie, Tokan Razor? Come on. Oh. Badass bosses. Things change, Nate. I'm sorry. Yeah, things change. This is like the people that bash Breath of the Wild because it changed. The thing is I equate it a little different, right? Because I don't equate it to people who bash Breath of the Wild. It'd be equating people that bash Breath of the Wild that haven't played the Zelda series since The Legend of Zelda on NES. But those are the people that actually love it. The people that are bashing Breath of the Wild are people that love the way Zelda has become. So, as an example, me trashing on the 2018 Ninja Turtles or whatever. You know, you can't compare it to the Breath of the Wild situation because that's not why people are bashing Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is more true to The Legend of Zelda NES than any game that's released in the Zelda series since. So, I don't really know how that holds any weight, if I had to say in a comparison. Because I haven't stuck with Ninja Turtles over the years. After the show was canceled, the original show, and then the third movie just flopped. Lots of reasons why that happened. I mean, hell, the original Ninja Turtle costumes look so realistic, and they were made by Jim fucking Henson. Like, oh my god, it was so good. The acting was great. The story was great. You can't compare this to Breath of the Wild. As I'm basically talking about, here's the OG Turtles, and then here's the new ones today, but there was a zillion iterations of Ninja Turtles in between. Like the TMNT movies, even, as an example, that I have seen. And I just thought they were... The Last Airbender is a better cartoon than Naruto is an anime. Oh, jeez. Mac the Knife, just opening the wounds there for some people. The Last Turtles made April a psychic teenager. They changed things, but it was good. No, April O'Neil is a reporter, baby. That's her job. Dude, those TMNT... Do not say TMNT movies, because TMNT is a direct reference to movies that literally use the initials TMNT. It needs to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You can't use TMNT anymore to represent the OG trilogy of turtle movies, because it now that they bastardized the word TMNT for a specific movie franchise, that it probably isn't related at all to the 2018 Turtles either. But yeah, you gotta go back and watch the old school ones, man. The ones that introduced Casey Jones in the first one, and then you had the Secret of the Ooze, where you finally figured out how the Turtles all came to be and how amazing it was, and freaking Shredder, and oh, so badass, so badass. I don't care if April wasn't a reporter in the last show. April O'Neil was a reporter in the original Ninja Turtles, and in the comics. Anyways, obviously, Ninja Turtles kind of fell off over the years and things change. It's kind of like Freaky Friday, the song I like, right? It's based on the Lindsay Lohan version of Freaky Friday, which is based on the Freaky Friday movie from 1976. I like the Lindsay Lohan version better than the 1976 version, but there's probably people that like the 1976 version better than that. I mean, it's just, things do change, right? But generally, you like the things you're growing up with. So, like, a lot of you guys are probably younger than me. And, I mean, I assume you're younger than me if you're still watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, a show about teenage Ninja Turtles. But, like, these are the shows you're growing up with, right? Like, you didn't grow up with the Turtles I did. You're growing up with a new generation. So, it's kind of like that Freaky Friday movie. I grew up with the Lindsay Lohan version. I didn't grow up with the one from the 70s. So, of course, I like the Lindsay Lohan version over the one in the 70s. And I've watched the one in the 70s. because I'm comparing them in the opposite directions, right? I'm comparing the new Freaky Friday to the old one because I saw the new one first. So like now the old one's being compared to that one as if the one I saw was the original, because that's just how it works mentally with us. What we see first is generally what we base our comparisons on, so to say. So because I saw the OG series and those first 3 movies, everything in Ninja Turtles will always be compared to that. It's kind of like with Pokemon, right? I grew up with Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Silver, Gold. So every single time we talk about Pokemon, I'm constantly comparing it to those first, 5 games. Constantly, because those are the games I grew up on. Whereas you guys might compare them to Diamond and Pearl, or Black and White, or Black and White 2, or maybe even X and Y, whatever. You know, like, you guys grew up in different generations than I did. Like, there is a generational gap here when it comes to TV shows, when it comes to movies. My audience here is not a majority around my age. A majority of you, unfortunately for me, are not around my generation. That's what's so great when I have Eric, though, because Eric's totally from my generation. So he agrees with a lot of what I say because he's from my generation. But it's okay to disagree. It's okay if you like the new Ninja Turtles. It's just not for me. It just can't be for me. They change. I'm one of those people saying they change too much. Find a way to make it fresh with April O'Neil still as a reporter, Leonardo still as the leader, Raphael still as the rebel. Next you're going to tell me Michelangelo is not a party boy anymore and doesn't like pizza. Now he's got a gluten problem or something, right? And let me guess, Donatello's a vegetarian and Leonardo's gay and Raphael's gender neutral. Who the fuck knows what's happening right now? They're fucking Ninja Turtles. We're talking about things that aren't real, by the way, obviously. So none of it really matters at the end of the day. Rescue Rangers. GU King of Heart. How old are you, bro? Or if you don't want to give me your exact age, you know, you can give me a roundabout age. Hey, David Otero's 35. Nice, man. Welcome. I'm not saying that nobody is around my age at the channel, of course. We have people around my age. But according to YouTube, a vast majority of our audience is actually like age 18 to 24, 18 to 25. Party, dude. Next you're going to tell me they don't say Cowabunga anymore. You can't take Cowabunga. That's like taking Hakuna Matata away from Timon and Pumbaa. Can't take Cowabunga away from them. Please say they still say that anyways. Prime, that's the 2025 version of TMNT? What the fuck? Raptor Claw 17. Gamer got Wannabe 37. Nice. I had a feeling that people that watch our live streams... were a little older. And I say that because a lot of people that watch our live streams also happen to support me financially, right? Super chats, donations, yada, yada, yada. And that tends to come from people who are more responsible with their money. Obviously, you could be like an Etika that will get people that are like 18 donating like crazy, using their new freshly minted credit cards. But I don't think I have the appeal to that younger audience that like an Etika has, right? You know, he kind of fits right in with that younger audience for his streams. I kind of skirt the middle, right? Like I could fit in with the 20s or the 30s. Probably have some people in the 40s that watch our streams. But yeah, I don't even like Ninja Turtles, but I see where you're coming from, Nate. Times nowadays fuck up so many of the good old shows like Teen Titans Go. I mean, the thing is I recognize that when I hold affinity for things I grew up with, I recognize that it doesn't necessarily mean they're better, objectively better. Not that anything could ever be looked at objectively because we're human beings and it's impossible. It's quite literally humanly impossible to look at things objectively. So it's always subjective. Video games, how we review video games, how we look at movies, how we look at shows, how we look at entertainment and sports, life. You know, like me. And another thing that I bitch a lot about is the math, right? They got this new way of doing math that's supposedly better, even though it's not really better. In fact, how it came into law to become like the new required way of doing math was a bunch of bullshit, and it wasn't even designed by math people. But whatever. Not going to get into that. The other countries that tried it dropped it in a hurry, but for some reason we're the U.S., so we got to keep using idiotic math. But the thing is it does work, right? So, like, because I didn't grow up with it, I just have a hard time wrapping my mind around accepting the idea of making math more complicated to make math easier later, is basically the premise. And so it works, but to me, it's why do you need to do all that work when it's so much easier to do it the old way? So I look at that with everything in life, right? Like, I realize I have my biases. I have my way of doing things. As an example, we were talking about clickbait earlier, right? I have my ideas and my way of thinking about clickbait versus there's clickbait, the idea of creating enticing titles and thumbnails to get people to come. I most definitely do that. And then there's the clickbait with the idea of misleading people, and I have my different feelings on that from others. And so I recognize that I have a bias and a certain way of thinking when it comes to this stuff that might differentiate from other people. And it does lead to us butting heads in the comment section, butting heads in the chat, butting heads, on Twitter or whatever the case. I can be pretty stubborn in my ideals for how I view things. And us as human beings, we all can be like that, right? All of us motherfuckers out there can be really stuck in our way of thinking. And it's hard to break out of that, right? Hard to break out of that shell and see the other points of views. And I know that. I know that's just a thing. That's a thing about me. And it never became more apparent than B Vega fuck Common Core. I'm not going to okay your thing because you're also you had to drag politics into it. So I'm going to leave that comment out. But yeah, it's just such a here's the thing. The one thing I'll say about me and my biases and stuff, at least I recognize I have them, right? Like, we just had this whole rant about Ninja Turtles and how mad I was, but I recognize I have this bias, right? Like, I know that. So I'm not going to force what I like upon somebody else. If you love Ninja Turtles 2018, more power to you, man. Or lady. Or whatever. More power to you. If you prefer the new Teen Titan Go versus the old one, or if you prefer like the newer episodes of SpongeBob versus the old one, heck, maybe you think season 20, season 21 of The Simpsons is the best The Simpsons has ever been. Like, okay, you can do that, and even if you talk to me and I vehemently disagree with you, I'm not going to sit there and try to be like, no, you need to think the way I think. We're allowed to enjoy different things and like things for different reasons. So, like, when we talk about, rock and roll has gotten worse over the years. Pop music's gotten worse. Rap's gotten worse. Movies have gotten worse. Star Wars has gotten worse. Everything's gotten worse. Everything was better back in the day. It's not true. Just people's tastes change. They like different things. Even country music that I hate was different when I was a kid than it is today. But that doesn't mean today's country is bad. It just means that people that liked old school country probably don't like today's country. Because that's just the way things work. It's the way our minds work. Some people are able to enjoy. We got Edward Norton. Thank you for that $5 spot. We'll get that Final Fantasy music going right now. You guys know the drill. Get these headphones on, baby. Let's play some Final Fantasy music. The Dreadful Fight. Got it for you. Oh, we got an ad. I'm going to unmute here. We'll restart it here because we missed a couple seconds. All right. I'm going to... You know what? I want to crack into it, so we're going to get into the rum chata. Technically, the donation's $1 short of hitting the rum chata level, but you know what? All this ranting and raving, I feel like, is deserving of a rummy. So let's go with the rummy. Cheers, Edward. Need a Switch game? Under or around $25? Well, I do have a suggestion. Well, what kind of games do you like? So, a game I have been playing recently, a lot of recently actually, is Late Shift. Now, Late Shift is not going to be for everyone. It's a movie. It's called an FMV game. It's a movie that you make decisions in. You can make like 70 plus decisions, and it changes the outcome of the movie, and there's 7 different endings. I love it. And plus the acting in it's really good, the story in it's really good. I just like it. I didn't even know I liked that kind of game until I got it. Another great game, Blossom Tales. That's under your price mark. It's basically A Link to the Past, but not, and told in a really cute way. Another great one, let me see, 25 and under. Golf Story, if you haven't played Golf Story on Switch yet. Sonic Mania. Just looking at the 20 and under ones that I got. I really liked Overcooked, but it might not be your cup of tea. Let's see here. No, I'm just going out the ones I've played. Tiny Metal's actually not too bad if you're into Advance Wars. I think that's $15. NBA Playgrounds is alright if you like NBA Jam a lot. That's around your price range as well. Anything really. I love The Bunker. Oh yeah, so like The Bunker's kind of a similar game. Late Shift I feel like has more decisions in it. Based on what I haven't played Bunker, by the way, based on my research. So Late Shift is more of a, they give you the premise. The character that you're using to make your decisions with is a valet. You're a valet at some hoity-toity. I don't know if it's a hotel or if it's just like a rich person's place where they have a valet person that manages all the cars, and you get roped into a crime. And it's just really cool. It's really cool. If you like The Bunker, I think you're going to really like Late Shift. Late Shift is very good, and there's a lot more decisions and a lot more crazy directions things can go. As I said, 7 different endings. It takes 2 hours and 10 minutes per playthrough, because it's nonstop. And yeah, you could potentially play through several times, like more than 7, because you don't know how to get all the endings, and then figure out which ending's your favorite. All right, that was the end of that song. Give her the old mute over here. Thank you so much. Zenith up in here with that $1. Edward Norton, thank you so much for your $5 spot before. Zenith, cheers, my man. How you guys liking the new shelves back here, by the way? I've actually had this shelf. It's an old shelving unit. But I was using it in the man cave before I realized all I had on it was DVDs. And I had another shelf out there I could put the DVDs on. So I don't know if it looks pretty, if it looks good on camera, but man, it cleaned up my office a lot. All of this stuff you see on here was on the floor of my office. I didn't have anywhere to put it. My closet back there is covered up with that blanket. It is full. You can't fit anything else in that closet. So the things I actually use once in a while, keep out on the shelf. Shelf for camera equipment, for Switch stuff. Booze now I can all put on the top shelf away from my kids. And have that, easily at the ready for live stream, so I don't have to go digging around. And I don't even think all the booze is out here. Or maybe it all is now. Beats me. Geo King Art says he got bored of The Simpsons even if the show is still good. Yeah. You guys making a lot of suggestions in there. I tried to go back to my Wii U and play it. It was trying to go back and forth between gamepad and Pro Controller. You need to restart every time. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. Like, that never bothered me about Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, because basically, if I'm going to sit down and play it on my TV, I'm just going to sit down and play it on my TV, whether it's with a gamepad or Pro Controller. If I'm going to play it on just the gamepad, then I'm just going to play it just on the game. I mean, the Wii U had its issues, of course. But, like, I beat the game twice. I don't really have this, like, immense desire to spend $60 to beat it again. You envy my office. What do you envy about it? It's a really tiny room. Very tiny. You're seeing, let me see. Based on the camera angle, you're seeing most of it. The only thing you're not seeing in my office is over here. I should let them show you guys. I think I got along. Yeah, I can show you guys. So, obviously, that's the shelf. Got my amiibo back there. That's my Prime Comments corner. I know I haven't done Prime Comments in a while. I'm kind of rethinking the idea of my garbage can. You can kind of pan over here. I got a document holder there that is mostly just holding magazines right now. There's my other light. And then boom, this is what you see for, this is what a lot of videos look like anyways, is using this giant green screen back here. There's one chair, the other chair is right here right now because we only use 2 chairs for the podcast. Rum chata, obviously. Got close up on that rum chata. That's actually my notes for the Prime News I did today. Not very much notes for a 12-minute video, huh? My camera stand, obviously my new camera, the Luminix G7 that I now record all my videos with. But yeah, like that's it. I never show over here much either. Mini fridge. Mini fridge, baby. Gotta have a mini fridge in any work office, especially since it's in the basement and I have to go all the way upstairs to get anything. And my desk has still got kind of a bit of clutter to take care of. It's not too bad though. I just got a few things to pick up. Let's see here. Look at Game Explain's thumbnail for their Splatfest vid. Sure. What's Game Explain got going for their thumbnail for Splatfest? What's Splatfest vid? I don't see a Splatfest vid on their channel. Unless they're talking about the news piece. Yeah, I don't see any news piece with it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything crazy there. You might have to send me a link on Discord or something directly to the video you're talking about for the thumbnail. Just realized the Prime Comments corner is just Nate blocking the door so no one gets in. That's not what I'm doing. I have limited, I have to make all my videos in here. So I have very limited space, right? So I have my green screen, which takes up majority of the office. And then I have the corner there. I have the corner back there, but then now my Majora's Mask is hanging on that used to be over here. And my hats. This corner is going to be a new recording area. The question is if I should get a new, a new cling and change out the cling between videos to make it look a little different, right? So when you get the angle to that corner, it doesn't look like I'm literally just opposite of that corner or whatever. There's also an angle where now that the shelf is here, I could organize the shelf in such a way, and I have the whiteboard here. I could literally erase the whiteboard and just write things on it, and then put my office chair around this way and film a video shooting back this way now. Because before there really wasn't anything there to do that with, but now I feel like there's almost a proper setup over here to do that, where I could actually shoot a video going this way. And then obviously you have this one. I don't really shoot any videos. The look you're seeing right here going back, I don't shoot a lot of videos like that. I've thought about doing you know how some people, they'll set up the camera and they'll angle it down, and you can do this angle down video, like I'm talking up to you guys. I think Spawnwave actually does that for some of his videos. I've thought about doing videos like that as well, but now that I have a camera, I have a lot more options for angles, because the problem was when I mounted the webcam, one of the problems is I didn't have a swivel mount. This camera mount over here swivels, so I could literally point the camera straight down, straight up, all over the place. So I can get any angle I want, which is nice. Now, granted, I could have fixed that with a mount, but I wasn't going to buy an expensive camera mount for a webcam. Granted, an expensive webcam, but a webcam that I'm constantly switching back between streams and that. Now it's nice. I only use the webcam now for one piece of video content we do, and that's the podcast. Otherwise, everything is done with this camera. And that's only because we stream the podcast to our $10 backers. 4K HDR is like watching a live performance. I'll probably explain it. Glasses, do you wear them when you game? Yes, I do. I can tell the difference between 720p, 1080, I think you meant 1080p there, and 4K. Some people can't. Some people, It's vision related. It's how they see the world. You know, like when I take off my glasses, I can't tell the difference of my glasses off between 4K and 1080. Like this is 1080, this is 4K. I can't tell the difference between this and this. They're both equally blurry to me. But when I put my glasses on, I could definitely tell that my Streamlabs here is running at a higher resolution than my TV. Now the video portion is still a little grainy. Webcam, not ideal lighting. Mostly grainy because my light up here, the main light for the office, doesn't have a cover on it. So it's not equal. Basically, it's not equally dispersing the light around my office. It's just shooting it back at the green screen. That's by design. But that's life. Let's see here. You put it on Discord? Let me game explain link, I'm guessing. Oh. Yeah, what's wrong with that? That's official art that Nintendo released. So, are you complaining about that thumbnail? That's official art they put out on Twitter. So, do I smoke weed? No, I do not. Have I smoked weed? Yes, I have. I have done it a few times in my younger years. I will say it does help with my knee pain. But, no. I haven't even considered it once in the past 8 years because I have children. And even when I get drunk, I know I can recover from getting drunk in specific situations. When I'm high, I don't always know when I'm going to come down. And that's a problem. So I just don't like being high for that reason. Too much stuff to rely on for. Doesn't mean I don't like the feeling of it. I mean, God, if you ever actually get a good high, everyone likes the feeling of a good high. Even if you think you don't like the feeling of a good high, you do. You just haven't had a good high. But, no. And I never was like, even when I did do it, it wasn't like I've never bought weed. I've never been someone that's doing it daily or weekly even. It would be like once every 2 years or something. Because I just happened to be with a friend who had someone, and they were doing the old pass around at a party. So, I mean, all right, whatever. That was back in my younger years. Back when I was 20, 21, 22. Those were kind of the years when that happened. I could use LASIK as well, but we'll see if I ever get around to getting LASIK. Since it's not covered by my insurance, so it's something I have to pay for. Yeah. The LASIK procedure is a little painful, right? So like I've heard, I haven't had it, but I have some friends who have had it done. Like it's about a week, sometimes in bad cases 2 weeks of pain as your eye heals from it. But then once you heal, it's pain free, and in most cases your eyesight's like way better. There's been cases where people have gotten better eyesight than they've ever had in their entire life. So even if they had 20/20 at one point, maybe they're 20/10 now. Like it's crazy how amazing LASIK is and how well it works for most people. Let me see here. B Vegas says, me too, I don't drink, I'd rather smoke. I have children, but only smoke when they're either tucked into bed or if I'm gone completely. It's one of those things that if you guys smoke weed, it doesn't bother me. Like, you guys do what you want. You do you. You want to drink, you want to smoke. That's all on you, right? Like, obviously I drink. I do it on my live streams all the time. But I know that I can't be responsible when I'm high. That's kind of the problem I have. Like right now, I'm drinking. My children are sleeping upstairs. Something happens, I know I can make the responsible choice when I'm drinking. But when I'm high, I don't even know if I'm going to even pay attention to them. Because I just kind of mellow out and zone out, and I probably won't hear jack shit. So, like, it's just a feeling that feels amazing, but is also scary when I realize how little I can be there for my family. Or be there for anyone, really. Basically, when I'm high, it's a very selfish choice. Whereas when I'm drinking, I could stop at any point and still take care of some serious shit. So, anyways. That's kind of my take. You guys can do what you want. I'm not going to judge you for it. Everyone's different. Everyone's high is a little different. Everything's different. Just please don't go into the hardcore stuff. Like, I will say this. Don't do meth. Don't do LSD. Don't do cocaine shit. Like, don't even touch anything. Like weed and it. Like, don't go higher than that. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. The high you get is not worth it. Even if you get addicted to Vicodin, like, stop. You're going to kill yourself. Like, don't get addicted to painkillers. Like, just don't. Anyways. As for weed, is nowhere as bad as drinking. I'm not here to debate whether weed is as bad as drinking. It's not about whether weed's worse than drinking. It's about when I'm high versus when I'm drunk and my decision making. When I'm drunk, I still make responsible decisions. When I'm high, I don't make any decisions. I just lay back and enjoy and pass out. Whereas when I'm drunk, even when I've been at my drunk, even apparently last time I got blackout drunk, which was like 10 years ago, I apparently handed my keys to somebody else when I was blacked out and told them not to give them back to me. Like, even when I am blackout drunk and I'm so fucked up that I have no idea what's going on, subconsciously I'm still making the correct decisions. Like, that's just me. Whereas when I'm high, I just don't make any decisions. There is no decisions to be made. I don't care to think about anything when you're high. So, like, that's the thing. Technically, it's healthier for me to be high on weed versus drinking. But I am not responsible when I do weed. So, or mushrooms. I did mushrooms one time. I'll never do them again. Mushrooms fucked me up. It was not a good high. It was a bad trip. Anyways. And the thing is, I have children, right? I'm raising my children to not do anything. I would prefer my children don't drink, don't smoke weed, don't do mushrooms, and don't smoke cigarettes. Like, I'm trying to raise my children to not do any of that stuff. Because I truly, personally believe they can live a better, stronger, healthier lifestyle by not doing any of it. Now, if they get into it, I'm going to try to teach them to be responsible. Smoke weed responsibly, drink responsibly, but I'd still rather just have them not do it at all. Like, don't make the mistakes I have made. Because, there's been times I've gotten high on weed, I felt it was a mistake. And I live in the state of Wisconsin, where it is illegal. So, it's not like in like California where it's legal. Like, it's illegal. You cannot get a job in Wisconsin if you've been smoking weed. It can't happen. Every place drug tests you. So, like, it's not even a good decision to make it here. I mean, obviously, as a YouTuber, YouTube doesn't drug test me, but it's still just not. It's just not. I'm not even interested in it. Like, I haven't done it in so long. I don't have the desire to do it. That's the thing. Like, when I think back on all the times I've been high, like off weed and stuff, when I was younger, which wasn't a lot, by the way. I could probably count it on just like this amount of hands, or this amount of hands, this amount of fingers. It's not something I miss. Like, I don't miss the feeling. I just don't miss it, right? I don't feel a desire to need to do it. Because I can be happy, and I can be naturally high off of life. Believe it or not, that natural high is a thing without weed. So, anyways. A light drinker. We got 10 minutes to Splatfest. We can go look at some more comments. We haven't looked at any comments in a little bit. We'll never move to Wisconsin. Weed's illegal in most of the states, not just Wisconsin. So there's only like a handful of states where you could do it and not get in trouble. Just so you know, it's not just a Wisconsin thing. Most of the U.S. is that way. Now, is it going to remain that way? Probably not. In fact, I think the federal government's eventually going to legalize it. Why? So they can tax it. And because I honestly don't think people should be going to jail for it. But, I mean, some of the illegal drug trade stuff that leads to it, sure. But, I mean, if it was legalized, that wouldn't be happening. So, at least not with that drug. It would still happen, of course. You'd still have the meth and the everything else. All the other drugs that I don't think people should ever touch. Because the problem now with it being illegal, like it being illegal in Wisconsin, the issue is that when you go into the crowd that smokes weed, you are inherently in the crowd that's doing illegal drugs. And so because you're smoking weed with people that are also smoking weed and selling weed and doing it illegally, you automatically end up being around meth users, you end up being around cocaine users, and then all of that temptation creeps in because you have people around you doing other drugs that are encouraging you to try out their drugs. And that's the problem with it being illegal and why I want it legalized, because then if it's legal, it'll still be involved in that crowd just like smoking cigarettes is, but it will be one of those things where you don't need to be around the illegal drug crowd to smoke weed. That's one reason that I actually want it legalized. Because I don't think it's a gateway drug, but it is technically, in a sense, a gateway drug because it puts you around the other drugs because it's illegal. If it's legalized, you don't necessarily have to be around the other drugs to do it. So, I've had family members of mine have their lives ruined where they started smoking weed, and because they kept smoking weed, they were around the drug crowd, which got them into meth and got them into other shit, and now their lives are completely destroyed. One of them died. The other one still has been in rehab like 4 or 5 times. It's never stuck. My sister-in-law has had to have 3 different kids adopted because she can't stay out of the drug world. It's nasty. And legalizing fixes some of that. It's not going to fix their problem. They're already addicted. But, yeah, I'm just not a big proponent of the drugs. Even when it's legalized, just like cigarettes are legal, I still don't want my kids to smoke them. You know? Just because it's legal to do it doesn't necessarily mean I don't want my kids to do it. Cocaine is for horses and not for men. Cocaine inside my brain. Jeez. When you start playing Splatoon 2 for the Splatfest, please join my private room, and my username will be SP. It's not going to happen. Sorry, man. Sorry, Savage Herobrine, a.k.a. Orlando Durate. I do not join other people's rooms when I'm live streaming, because how are the people in this lovely stream going to come play Splatfest with me if I'm in a private room of somebody else that isn't me? So that's not how we do it. You'd have to catch me when I'm playing Splatoon without being on stream. Anyways, let me find some comment. I'm sure there's something on the rumor leak video that's at 9,000 views. Nice. Less dislikes on this one, so more people like this video than the other one. You know why? I think because I don't even know why. This is one for clickbait reasons that I could understand why someone might think it's clickbait, because towards the end of the video, right, I asked people to give me their dream lineup for E3 and their realistic lineup, like what they actually expect E3 to be like, and then what they want it to be like. And I say at that point in the video that really this is what I wanted. This is why I made the video, because I wanted a video to discuss this stuff and get people's stuff in it, but I also didn't want a 1-minute video. So I decided to kind of segue it from a rumor post that kind of got the conversation started. So in a sense, the intention of the video at the end doesn't necessarily match the title, even though the title is technically covered first and treated with respect in the video. Like, I spend the majority of the video talking about the rumors, explaining my stance on it, but then I explain the only reason I'm even doing that is because of this other thing that's related. But yeah, that in a sense, I can agree, was probably one of the most clickbaity titles I've ever made. In terms of the intent of the video versus the title. Even though I still argue the title works because I didn't lie, and most of the video is about the title. But in my heart of hearts, I only covered it because of the last reason. So, but people liked it. So, I mean, that's the thing. What are you going to do? People like it. People like it. I guess do more videos like it, right? or do more titles like it, I guess. I don't know. God of War. Hey, he can have a pipe dream, man. Pipe dream it up. You want God of War? It's a dream, man. Go ahead and dream it. Smoke enough weed, it becomes reality. God. Oh, man. Drink it into existence. Oh, man. The Earth is clearly a cube. Oh, my gosh. So David Otero asked me, is the Earth flat or round? Is the Earth flat or round? Neither. The Earth is spherical. The Earth is technically not a circle. It's technically not flat. It's technically not round. It's a sphere. If you want to be technical. So neither answer is correct. What the... Hey! We got some super chats up in here. Matthew Campbell saying, I love your recent content input, bro. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I obviously made a change this week. Thank you, Matt the Campus. I gotta get the song playing for Matt the Knife. What a weird donation level. Is that like the last money you had in your bank? Did you like go look at your bank and I'm like, oh God, I got $12.37. I better give it to him. I'm just saying, Matt, when I see... By the way, thank you so much, Matthew. And $12.37, that gets you... that doesn't quite get you up to the pucker level, so that'll be another rum chata up in here. Seriously, $12.37 is so specific. To me, that's like a man. I checked my bank. That's what I got to get me to zero. I'm just going to do it all. Splatfest started 2 minutes early. Okay. Well, let me get this song going. Unmute that. I'm going to mute the switch since I'm going to bring the switch back up here and play this song. It's Bayonetta Fly Me to the Moon, right? Yeah. All right. We'll do the 5-minute or the almost 6-minute version. Hold on. Why is YouTube not full line? There we go. Yeah. No, I'm just weird. Hey, you know, some people want to be different. Oh, my controller disconnected. Oh, my controller dead? No. Oh, it is dead. Hold on. No, that's not a long enough cord. Well, that controller's dead, but we're not done. I got the old corded controller here, my Mario one. I don't play with motion controls anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? Alright. You'll listen to some Bayonetta here. Let me get in your rum chata. Remember, you want to get it up to the pucker level, which... I'm sorry, we don't have pucker. It'll be kinky. It'll be kinky. Everything moves down a level. So you want to get up to the kinky level. That's right. Since everything moved down a level, technically tequila is only 100 tonight. Tonight only. So the pucker level would actually be the new bottle of kinky I haven't even opened yet. Cheers, guys. I love this song from Bayonetta. Woo! All right. What are people saying? I'm not knocking people who drink alcohol. Obviously, if you were knocking people who drink alcohol, Edward, you would never donate to us since I do a shot for everyone. Blah, blah. Got all this Bayonetta music, man. Think about it, we're only like halfway in, baby. Don't even know what's happening, I don't care, let's go. Don't get cooked, stay off the hook, baby. Bayonetta itself is like 8+ years, 9+ years old. The original game? Bayonetta 2 might be 3 years old. Can't remember when Bayonetta 2 first came out. But the original Bayonetta has been out a lot longer. Yeah. Alright, do we have enough Leonardos up in here? Let's do it. Come on, Team Leo. We need 3 other Leos in here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Sure, we got enough Leos out there. Nine years in Japan. You cannot currently get a physical version of Bayonetta 1 for Switch. It does not exist. They have not released a physical anywhere. You can't even import one. Doesn't exist right now. RPG Gamer, yo, was wondering if you like Rocket League. I own Rocket League. That's how I know I don't like it. And I got a phone call. Of course I got a phone call. Yeah, that was the old Fiance. Okay, this Bayonetta music. Oh, hey, we got it! Hell yeah. We got Hetsu up in here, Crimson King, and CS Switch. Let's do it. Alright, Bayonetta song is over. We'll get the Switch sound back on, mute desktop audio. Alright. Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of Rocket League, you know? It's not just because I'm not good at it, right? Like, I'm not good at a lot of games. I'm not that good at Splatoon, to be honest. Better at it than Rocket League. Oh, I'm getting hot. It's getting, like, steamy in here, baby. You guys are getting me all hot and bothered. It's almost so hot I gotta take off this shirt, too. Do I expose the whiteness? Of course we expose the whiteness. I am so hot right now. I almost want to take my shorts off and play in my boxers, baby. We're going up against a bunch of RAF guys. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Ugh. Ugh, ugh. Switch it up. Astro Bears is good. Yeah, like I'm just not a big fan. I think it's a neat game. It's just not for me, you know? Not every game that I actually think is, oh yeah. I forgot because we get to use the Nintendo Prime Blue the whole time. Hell yeah. It's even a little different from the Neon Blue, a little bit. I like it. Is that a Turf War? Let's see a Turf War. No! I'm coming, Crimson. Don't fail me now. You guys got the one coming back to our base? I'm gonna kind of keep holding the middle. Bye. Haha. Dominating for $3. It's really good. Alright, well, you know, to each their own. To each their own. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot I can get with $3. I can get a bacon McDouble and a McChicken. I'm only saying that because I'm hungry. Not because I actually want a bacon McDouble or a McChicken. Look at this teamwork. Look at this teamwork. Just dominating. Just can't. Oh, we have one escape to our base. 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 We got Kit Kat in our base. Kit Kat in our base. No, we can't lose the middle. We've been holding it this whole time. We can't lose, guys. Come on. Come on, we can't lose. We can't lose. We're just doing so well. Can't lose. We were literally holding this thing down. Okay, we gotta get back to the middle. We gotta get back to the middle now. God damn it, we had this. Okay, we can't waste a lot of time in our home base. We really gotta get to the middle. They're just gonna push us back again. Okay, this is it. This is it. We gotta get it now. This is the push. This is the push we need. Now. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. We gotta get this all. Come on. Come on. I hope we did enough. Hope we did enough. If Dragon Quest Builders any good? Everyone has told me that Dragon Quest Builders is amazing. It's just not my kind of game. I haven't played it. But here's the thing. You can download a demo of it for free and just try it out and see if it's for you. So, got that sweet victory, baby. And I wasn't completely useless. Look at that. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, baby. Level that baby up. Here we go. Yeah, it should not have been that close of a call. We had that. We had that, and then we almost blew it, and then we came back. Hey, Nate, talk with the people in the team through Discord. Nope. Because then I won't pay attention to the chat. So, nope. I understand that makes it for a better team experience, but I want to read chat. I want to communicate with all of our viewers, right? Like, this is still a Q&A. This is still a Q&A. This is still just shooting the shit. All of that has priority right now over Splatfest for me. Splatfest is just what I'm doing in the meantime, you know? RPG Gamer don't currently own Splatoon 2. Is waiting for other Switch titles later this year. Mainly because I already have Splat. Kind of regret not buying it. I like Splatoon 2 better than Splatoon. So, I mean... You're not late to the party. Splatoon 2 has a huge community. They're about to release a massive DLC thing for it. Like, Splatoon 2 is going to be going here for a little bit. Because E.T. did suck ass back then, Jose Rico. I played E.T. way back when, and I thought it sucked ass back then. Yeah, because it did suck ass back then. Oh, man. So, yeah, guys, ask your questions away, man. The last question I think we got was just if I liked Rocket League, which the answer is no, but I think it's a good game. It's just not a game for me. Go ahead and ask your questions away. If there's any burning questions you want to know about my life, you want to know about my channel, you want to know about my content, you want to know about our trip to E3, because we are going to E3 this year. If you want to ask questions about that, because I haven't really revealed any of our full plans yet for E3. We will before when the time is right. But you can ask whatever you want, and I will tell whatever I'm able to tell. I was trying to play by looking at my little thing. Not a good idea if we want to win. Now, last team I don't really think was that good. Or maybe we're just that good. Let's not take... What am I doing? Don't take credit away from us. We're awesome. What am I talking about? Me trying to make it sound like we're not as good as we really are. Oh! Thought I was going to get off that splash bomb. Dang it. Is Wisconsin a nice state? Yeah. It's really nice here. Cost of living's cheap. That helps a lot. As long as you don't live in like a big city. Cost of living's pretty affordable, which is a big one. It's why, to be honest, it's almost as much as I have to thank all of you guys out there for enabling me to do like Nintendo Prime for a living and all that. It's not just you guys, it's where I live. Where I live is cheap enough to live that I can do that. We do get all 4 seasons here. I will warn you that our winter is longer than any other season. So if you like snow, this is definitely a good place to be. If you like cold, it's a good place to be. Our summers kind of suck because we get that sticky hot. Oh, it sucks, man. That sticky hot stuff is. Oh. I'd rather be in 115 degrees in Las Vegas than be in 80 degree with humidity. It is way worse. And anyone who tells you otherwise hasn't experienced actual humid heat. Humid heat is so much worse than everything else. God dang it. I really gotta kill that guy. RPG Gamer says, will I do a highlight reel for the E3 trip? Well, what kind of highlight reel are you talking about? There is going to be a vlog. For sure, one vlog video. At least one vlog video. I'd like to say there'd be a daily E3 vlog, but no. I have too many other videos to make. But there will be a vlog. I mean, there might be a pre-vlog? Is that even a thing? Did we pull it off? No way, did we just pull it off? Oh, we might have pulled it off. Hell yeah. No! I thought we pulled that off, team. I thought right at the end. We got that. Nevada has unpredictable weather. Trust me on this one. Yeah, unpredictable. Wisconsin's very predictable. But yeah, I don't know what you mean by a highlight video. So, Jose Rico says, do I think Monster Hunter will come out on Switch by 2019? I mean, technically Monster Hunter Double Cross is already on Switch. It's just not in the West. That will come West probably this year or next year. As for a new Monster Hunter, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe. Probably. Switch is popular. I don't know why they won't bring a Monster Hunter, but we have to get a hint at it first, and I haven't even heard a hint from Capcom yet. Let me see here. Oklahoma has weird weather. The thing is what you guys got to remember is the weather used to be very predictable in all of the United States. But I don't know if it's because of climate change or global warming or whatever they call it. But it's been weird. Because our winters here used to be October until January. So you'd have October to January, tons of snow. Then it would start to warm up a bit. You'd kind of have like a 3-month period of spring. So it kind of worked out where you had 3 months of everything. 3 months of spring, 3 months of summer, 3 months of fall, 3 months of winter. Now, like what's so far this year is the winter we just got done with was like 6 months of winter. We're having a few weeks of spring in terms of just the weather, not in terms of when spring starts, blah, blah, blah. And then then we'll see how long summer is. Summer's still due to start on time when it usually does, which is nice. Since I like summer, obviously. I'm a summer kind of guy. All right, let's not suck, Nate. Let's not suck. You got this. Dang it. I'm gonna do my splashdown. Rochester's usually predictable, but not this year. Last week I was sailing in snow. Yesterday it was 85. Our snow stopped here in northern Wisconsin like 2 weeks ago. So, and it's been basically in the 70s ever since. We did have one day touch 80, but it's been in the 70s. During the summer, we basically live in the high 70s, 80s. We do get in the 90s and the 100s once in a while in Wisconsin. With the humidity, which is just horrible. It's actually, I'll say this, it's good swimming weather. If you have like a cool lake or a cool pool and it's hot and humid outside, it is nice. It is fun swimming in that kind of weather. I mean, you get tired, but it's fun swimming. But That's about it. Dang it! Ha! I thought I was gonna get him. Don't die, guys. Don't die. Hit that guy out. Take him out! Okay. I'm coming, Crimson. I'm coming. We got this. We got this. We're okay. Okay, I took him out. Aw, Crimson died, though. No, we all died! Not a good time to all die. Dang it. Dang it. We gotta go. We gotta go fast. We gotta go. No, I think we lost that. I was thinking of various segments of your E3 experience, but the vlog feel sounds better. Yeah, and we'll have a Q&A. I think our E3 Q&A is going to be huge. Our live stream for that, whether we do it during E3 or after, or both. I think it's going to be huge. You know, a lot of people are going to be tuning in for that. Lots of questions. There's going to be a lot of questions. Sucks that we lost. God, we had that. Gotta find a way to not all wipe out towards the end. God, we were so good. We were so good. Who's all going to E3 with me? Just Eric, the co-host of the Nintendo Prime podcast. That's it. Gotta remember, I'm basically Nintendo Prime. I don't really have a team. But Eric's coming with. He'll be helping, obviously. He's not just coming just to be a roommate or whatever. He's there to work. He even got a brand new phone just so he could have a nicer camera to record footage with. Because obviously, he might be playing a different game than I am. And so, we only have one of these cameras, so we can't use that camera for everything. A lot of our E3 footage will be with that. But he'll be, if we have to split up, to go to different booths and stuff like that. Oh boy, that's murder. What? You talk about the weather in my area? The weather in my area is murder. I do like sports. Raptor Claw. Not a big fan of hockey. Eric's a bigger fan of hockey. I don't pay much attention to hockey. One, we don't have a hockey team in Wisconsin. Obviously, that means that we kind of default over to the Minnesota Wild side of things. But just because of the part of Wisconsin we're in. I know there's people down south in Wisconsin that go for the Blackhawks. But yeah, I'm not really a hockey fan. My dad's a hockey fan, but I'm not into hockey. It's like one of the only sports I'm not really into. Heck, I'm into golf, for crying out loud. Like cricket even. I cannot get into hockey. I don't know why. There's nothing in particular. Like, I like hockey movies. Like, sport movies about hockey. Like, I think those are entertaining to watch. But when I go to, like, hockey matches, I don't know. I just don't find it that entertaining. It's just not my sport, It feels weird after saying, oh, I like cricket. I don't think cricket's fascinating. I don't know if I actually like it. Keep the questions coming, guys. I said we will talk about whatever you want us to talk about. Because we just had our front man go down. No! Thought I got clear of that splash. God dang it. Oh. Miracle on Ice, the Mighty Ducks. Yeah, dude, love those movies. I watched all the Mighty Duck movies. Obviously, Miracle on Ice. I mean, it's nice that Miracle on Ice is a true story, of course. No matter the sport, I was like rooting for the underdog. I'm a Packer fan. Yes, I am a Packer fan. Can't you tell by my office? The color scheme. Yeah, I'm a Packer fan. Brett Favre or Aaron? That's always a tough one. Because, see, from a pure technical standpoint, Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback, right? Like he's like legit, you know. Like he's just one of the, you know, he literally is like, yeah, he's just, how do I describe Aaron Rodgers, right? Like, arm talent wise, the ability to run, his decision making, like everything is like the best I've ever seen out of the quarterback. But he still only has one ring. And he's only been to one Super Bowl. Whereas Brett Favre went to 2 Super Bowls and has one ring. So it's hard to judge by championships. Their personalities are completely different. Brett Favre is more of a, was obviously the gunslinger. So Brett Favre, like, when I watch football, Brett Favre's more entertaining, right? Like, that gunslinger mentality is just so wildly fun. We lost. So wildly fun and entertaining. But, you know, like, Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback. Straight up. But Brett Favre's more entertaining to watch. Like, I would rather watch Brett Favre play than Aaron Rodgers because you don't know what's going to happen. On, like, every play, it could be something crazy for Brett Favre. Whereas with Aaron Rodgers, you don't know. I mean, you know basically that he's going to throw the ball away if no one's open, blah, blah, blah. Plus, the Iron Man streak is always kind of a thing. Granted, in today's NFL, that Iron Man streak would have never happened because he's had concussions and other things that he got to play through that you wouldn't get to play through today, but there you go. It's hard to choose. What was my childhood game console? NES. I played NES and I played Game Boy. And then by the time I started playing SNES, I built my first PC, so I started playing PC games. SNES and Genesis. I later got a Genesis, but we got it at a garage sale. Yeah. So there you go. That was kind of my childhood up. And then N64. Had a PlayStation 2, but I didn't really play a lot of games on it back then. More of an N64 guy. Obviously, you could tell NES, SNES. Like, I was already tied to Nintendo at that point. You're a Seahawks fan in the middle of 49ers territory? Sorry, man. It's just like being a Packer fan in the middle of the Vikings territory. It just does not go well. Let's see here. Zelda4503 says, do you think Bayonetta 3 is going to come this year? No. I think Bayonetta 3 is going to come February 2019. As for why, spacing out of games. I think they have a lot of games that are basically ready to go for the second half of this year. Because they have to. Because they've hardly released any games this year. So they have to have a bunch of games ready for the second half. That being the case, Bayonetta 3, I think, is one of those games that would do good as a game to kind of help kick off, like one of the first major releases of the year. And then you follow that up with Pokemon in March or something. Yes, that actually defeats what I want with Pokemon. I want it to be this year, but yeah, whatever. You asked about Bayonetta 3, so that's kind of my reasoning. How do I join your game, my dude? 1, you got to be part of Team Leonardo. 2, you got to be friends with me on my Switch. 3, the people who are currently playing with me, so I won't have to leave, which probably isn't going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, that's kind of it. Bayonetta 3, February 14th. Wouldn't that be amazing? Bayonetta 3 on February 14th. Of all the days it could be on. Am I doing parties? Yeah, this is a group, this is a Splatfest group. So, like, I don't password it. I just set it to public, and anyone who's my friend on Switch can join. Granted, the group is full, so there's not going to be any open spots. It's not like a normal Splatoon stream when we always have, we usually always have some open spots. Because you can have 10 people per thing. Well, 9, I guess. For visiting Seattle the past few years, oh boy, if you are a non-Seahawks fan, then I pray for your soul. Same's true if you go to Philadelphia. Especially if you're a fan of any team in Philadelphia's division and you live in Philadelphia. Oh boy. I've been to Philly once. They live and die by the Eagles, man. Yusuke Uchilla says, if I was the CEO of Nintendo, what would I do to the company differently? I'd be myself, and that automatically would make Nintendo different. So what does that mean? I'd be more transparent and communicate more often. So, like, there's the fan of me that says, oh, I would just reveal every game being made all the time and listen to every fan request in the world. Well, like, no, you can't do that. You would sink the business doing that kind of stuff. You got to think of the business too. So, what I would do is just have more transparency. I would not have waited until whenever this month to talk about the Nintendo Switch Online. I would not have made fans wait that long. Even if everything wasn't locked down, I would have been transparent about what we're thinking about doing. And even then, if we're not sure about what we're doing and we get that fan feedback on it, we'll know if we're going in the right direction. So, like, I actually would value that fan feedback even more. So, yeah, I'd just be a lot more transparent about stuff like that. Because I believe in transparency with your consumers. As an example, you guys are technically consuming my content. You are consumers. I like to be transparent with you. That's why I let you into aspects of my life. That's why I let you into what's happening. Like if I fail to meet goals on Patreon, or if I fail to make a Prime News video, or the Primecast, like I'm not just gonna not have the Primecast have this and just leave it alone. I'm gonna tell you guys what's up. Like, transparency is something I really believe in a lot, even if it makes you look bad. Like, some part of being transparent is not all the news is always going to be good. A lot of the reason that some companies aren't transparent all the time is because what they have to be transparent about makes them look like shit. So they just want people to forget about it. Like Virtual Console. But, yeah. So, otherwise, I like what Nintendo's doing, but I would just be more open to talking to the public about certain things. Not the game reveals, but things like online, things like the Virtual Console, and why that hasn't happened, like why I haven't heard anything about it. Yada yada. Des caught it. Well, it would be a catch in today's NFL. It's funny. Any Packer fan, when you mention Des caught it, like, we know what you're talking about. There's only one Des catch. That's controversial. Let me see here. My favorite Asian dish. Does my teriyaki chicken with rice count? Is that an Asian dish? I mean, I get it from a Japanese mall restaurant, but I don't actually know if that's actually considered an Asian dish. If that's an Asian dish, then that's my favorite. But I'm not actually sure if it is. Just being completely transparent there. There's a lot of things we think are from certain countries that aren't. They're American twists on concepts. Like the taco. The taco is technically not invented by Mexico. You know, it's not a Mexican dish. Now Mexico has tacos now, but it was an American take on Mexican cuisine. So I always wonder what really is native, because I don't know. I don't know enough. Let me see here. Brett sends dick pics. Well, yep. He's the thing. Brett's party boy, man. Brett's always been a party boy, from college, in high school, into a professional career, into when he was almost 40. Like, he's party boy, man. Even when the Hall of Fame thing, like, he was drunk at the Hall of Fame. Like, he's just a party boy. It's part of Brett's charm. I have to answer to the board, though. But yeah. I mean, you know, if I see you on Nintendo, I obviously have to enter to the board, but I would make it clear, you know, I would make my argument clear to the board that that I think transparency with consumers is the best way to build up even more brand loyalty. Even more brand. Like, I would be the CEO that would answer the question, what do you think about Sony saying that they want to protect the children? I might give a very political answer, but I would still answer the question. Right? Instead, you know that's just not something you asked. Like, everyone, like, all interviewers don't ask because Nintendo's not going to give you anything. But I would. God. That's the burrito, bro. Burrito! Caesar salad was made in Tijuana. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Funny when people bitch about cultural appropriation, but they don't seem to bitch about the food. Sorry, referencing that stupid thing about people getting mad about that girl's prom dress. So dumb. So dumb. Especially when, like, China was happy and like, was thrilled that she was wearing the dress. Like, it's such an American thing to bitch about cultural appropriation. It really is such an American thing. Most countries are proud to see Americans, you know, bringing their culture into America, but that's so dumb. I love the teriyaki chicken with the rice and the vegetables. So good. I remember living in Tacoma, Washington, where there was a ton of teriyaki restaurants. Now living in Reno, there's barely any. So you're telling me don't ever move to Reno? I mean, I would just find another food. It's not even my favorite food technically, but God, I love it, and I have a craving for it right now. So like, it's 11:30 at night here. Man, I wish the mall was open so I can go get some damn teriyaki chicken. Which Ninja Turtle is my favorite? Donatello. Donatello, my boy. Donatello. But it's hard because I like all of them for different reasons. From my childhood. I like the party boy, Michelangelo. I like the rebel. I like the leader. And, you know, I mean, if you will watch Ninja Turtles Secret of the Ooze, that's my favorite Ninja Turtles movie, by the way, Secret of the Ooze. Like, there's moments in there where my favorite flip-flops, but Donatello has been consistently my favorite over the years, so. Even though I hate his... To be fair, Donatello in the TMNT movies, those newer ones, hate him in that. Absolutely hate Donatello in those ones. But... Are they going to do another round of the NES Classics as Boozy Gamer? Yes. They already said they are. They're bringing it back this summer. So yeah, that's already been confirmed. I can tell you that legit. Like, Nintendo already said they're doing that. So they said summer 2018. So sometime this summer. They've already started bringing back the Famicom in Japan. So it's kind of like a slow rollout. So they got the Famicom Classic back in Japan. So it's just, you know, June, July, NES Classic will be back. They might even announce it at E3 being like, hey, this week or next week, NES Classic is back at store shelves. Or it's back at store shelves now! And then that just makes me go mad because it's E3 and no one wants to have to race up to the store in the middle of E3 to get their hands on one. But it's a rollers. As soon as I started backing up. Let's see here. There's this place near me called Kiku. It's great. Nice. Comes with tempura price. Okay. Okay. Party dude, not party boy. Cowabunga, dude. I think is what you mean. Cowabunga! I don't know, man. Party on, Wayne. Party on, guard. I know it's not Ninja Turtles, but I love Wayne. Butterfree? Why are we talking about Butterfree? I assume we're not talking about the Pokemon, are we? Oh, what Pokemon's my favorite? Aha! Charizard, man. And it sucks because I know Charizard's a popular Pokemon, but I don't give a crap. He's been my favorite since Pokemon began, and that hasn't changed. Maybe it'll change when Pokemon Switch. I doubt it. I doubt anything can make me change it, but, you know, it happens. But Sony does protect children. They protect them from themselves. What? What are you talking about? If that's a joke, it doesn't make sense. If it's a serious thing, I mean, the protections that Sony has on their system for children are the same protections that Xbox has. And Nintendo has very good protection for children. Okay, guys, this is it. We gotta make the push now. This is the push. Here we go. Gotta hold it, gotta hold it, gotta hold it. I took him out. We gotta hold it. It's now or never. 19. What a waste of a flash shot. It's okay. Gotta hold it, we gotta hold it. Oh, that didn't go. Oh, yeah. That's not good. Got that one, I think. I don't know, some people saying here. Charizard all the way. My favorite is Wishy Washy, Greninja, and Salamence. So your favorite is 3. You have 3 favorites. That's alright. There's so many Pokemon, I can't fault you for having 3 favorites. No crossplay for Sony. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, I was really hoping that was a joke because I'm like, man, if you're serious about that, that's a little strange. If you actually know anything about all 3 systems. Nintendo's protection is no voice chat. No, there's voice chat. In Splatoon, voice chat app. There's also local voice chat on Splatoon, although it only involves local LAN play. But whatever. There's technically voice chat. It's just a crappy version of it. If there's anything I want to come true from that rumor we put up on a video, it's that Discord is going to potentially become the default chat program for Switch. It already is for many people anyways, but like have it officially supported like on the system, that to me would be ballin'. It's not gonna happen, but I can dream. I can dream. 3DS is voice chat for 3DS does have voice chat too, don't forget that. What do we got here? F those rollers. I don't mind rollers, man. Well, I'm pretty good at taking out rollers, so that's like the one thing I openly admit I'm pretty good at taking out is rollers. I'm not necessarily the best at Splatoon, but rollers, I win against rollers way more often than not. I don't know if it's my weapon choice or if it's just how I play or what it is. What, you mean the Frankenstein monster of a system? What? I thought that was the Game Boy. Don't you see all the attachment accessories for Game Boy? Someone should throw up an image of one of our mods should throw up an image of the Game Boy with the magnifying glass on and the lights and the extra speakers and the battery pack. That was a Frankenstein, let me tell you. If ever there was a Frankenstein system, that was the one. Oh, dang it. I thought I was out of the line of that. That rumor was brain dead. Sure. Free to think what you want. I honestly don't believe the rumor either. I think I said that in the video. That I don't really believe it. But, you know, things happen. The thing is, we'll know soon enough. May 7th, man. May 7th, like, half of the rumor was about Nintendo's Online. So, we'll know on May 7th. We'll know on May 7th, man. My favorite Pokemon is probably Umbreon. Okay. At least I know who that Pokemon is. See, the thing is, just because I haven't played some of the games doesn't mean I don't know the Pokemon. I've been kind of sort of, because the Pokemon Sun and Moon show is on Netflix. I've been kind of slowly sifting through that. More so to reintroduce myself to Pokemon today. Just in terms of like some of the lore and stuff. Because I'm one of those weird kids that used to care about the lore of Pokemon. Dang it. Nate, what games do you play 4K on my PC? Witcher 3? Currently the Age of Empires HD games. I run those at 4K. Age of Empires and Age of Empires 2. Let's see. I know those aren't necessarily impressive ones. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. If the new Tomb Raider comes to the PC, I plan to pick that up. One game I want to run at 4K, but I don't know if I'll be able to get good enough FPS out of its Origins. I don't actually own Assassin's Creed Origins yet. I really want to play it. So I'll probably pick it up when I can eventually get it for like $5 or $10, and I'll probably run that at 4K. Let me just glance at my Steam quick. It's gonna update. Of course, it has to update. Steam always has to update. May 7th coincidence means nothing to me. It's not the May 7th coincidence that's going to make me believe the rumors. May 7th is like whatever, right? Like they said it's going to be revealed in early May. Early May is really only around for another week, and then we're to mid-May. So obviously something has to change there. But the reason that we'll know on May 7th is not only because he said it'll be on May 7th, it's what he said we find out on May 7th. If he nails the what and the day, that makes it believable for the rest. Because, got to remember, he said things like they're not going to have Virtual Console, but it's going to be announced that they're rebranding it to Nintendo Classics. And people took that as a Nintendo Classic System when it's really just a new branding of Virtual Console. Alright, Steam here. I'm just glancing. I played both Dragon Age games at 4K. Or, yeah, there's only two, right? Two. That's my fiance saying here. Oh, she just wants me to come to bed. Alright, this will probably be my last match then. Well, the thing is, Lustrous Daybreak. The thing is, I think that's a dumb name, personally. But, I mean, the names they've used for Fire Emblem, like Fire Emblem Echoes and Fire Emblem Awakening, like, I kind of think those are dumb names, too. So, like, I don't know. I never know what they're going to call a Fire Emblem game. Yeah, I heard good things about Origin, Assassin's Creed Origins on PC. Just haven't played it yet. I know it's a game I'm going to fully engross in, and the problem is that it takes away a lot of time from Nintendo Prime to do that, which is why I haven't done it yet. Like, any game that's going to just eat away at my time in Nintendo Prime is a game I try to avoid, even though I really want to play it. This is why I want the next Assassin's Creed game to be on Switch, because then I can legitimately play it on Switch. You know, to, I don't know, like, when Assassin's Creed 3 and 4 was on Wii U, like, I wish I was a YouTuber back then, because then I would have had all that going on. Yeah, baby. Just took out 3 out of 4. Just took out 3 out of 4. Come on. This is our time. This is our time. We gotta hold now. We're in the middle. We gotta hold. We gotta hold. Gotta hold. We got this. We got this. Come on, guys. Now watch our 6. Watch our 6. 2. We got it. Got him. Ah, damn it. I thought I was gonna survive that. Keep drinking. You'll get better. I do get... That's funny, because it is the one thing that's true is I get better at Splatoon the more I drink. But I didn't even have an alcoholic beverage in my hand today, so... Okay, usually. Yeah, nice try, bud. Nice guy with the bomb. Gotta keep having to show his back. No! Oh, I would have just used my splashdown. God dang it. Yeah, this is my last match, guys, so. Thanks for tuning in. We had a lot of viewers today. That's always nice. It's always nice to have a lot of viewers. Regardless of any of the revenue makes tonight. I appreciate any and all support we get. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you had fun tonight as we enter our last little bit here. I know I had a good time. Get those viewership numbers up. Whoop whoop! Smoke some dope too. Nah, I ain't gonna smoke it, even though I have permission from my fiance to do so. For my knee pain. But nope. I gotta cap off the wine. Make sure my rum shot is good to go. Get these put up back where they belong. No, Breath of the Wild poster fell a little bit. Alright, folks. Couldn't end it with a win, but that's life sometimes. Sometimes you don't always get the win. Radiant Dawnpath of Radiance, and then we have this rumored Lustrous Daybreak as if they were making a new game for Ike. The name makes some sense. Oh boy. Alright. Alright, guys. Peace out. It's been real. It's been fun. Thank you guys for tuning in. Next scheduled live stream is Monday. We'll see if I have a bonus one this weekend. I don't know. I'm out. Peace.